Hello, my name is Kolton Emery, and this is my leadership style, self-assessment, and personal profile. A little about myself: I am a design engineer at the Nebraska Department of Transportation. I currently do not hold a supervisory position, but I do work one-on-one with many people where I do practice and try some of these leadership skills that we have learned. I also learn a lot from supervisors and leaders in different committees that I'm on. And I'm also working towards my professional engineering license, which will allow me to ultimately become a leader in a supervisory position in the future. Throughout this course, we were able to gather a lot of information about ourselves from others and self-reflection. First, I want to talk about some of the leadership journal results that we got. First off was the leadership trait questionnaire. I gave this to many of my coworkers and some supervisors. Most of the results were very consistent with what I thought about myself as being a strong leader. Most of the discrepancies were given to me by my supervisors. They rated me a little lower than I would have given myself on self-confidence and determination. I do think that this is because of my lack of technical knowledge, and I do feel at times a bit insecure when presenting information to them. I do think that my confidence and determination will improve as I gain this experience and knowledge. Next is the path goal theory. In this assessment, I scored high as a directive and achievement-oriented leader. I do agree with this. I think that as a leader, you have to know what direction you're going in and know what the end goal really is. I scored common as a supportive and participative leader. I do think that these should be included in every leader's style, but support should be given as needed. Same with your participation. Oftentimes, I think leaders can try to get too involved in every bit and piece of what they're trying to do, and oftentimes they may get in the way. Taking a step back can many times be better. Next is the leader-member exchange, which evaluates whether or not I was an in-group or out-group member within teams. After taking this, I was scored as an in-group member. I do agree with this because I have worked very hard at creating relationships with my superiors and my equals and people who hold positions below me in order to earn their respect, trust, and just have a good relationship with them. I think that makes a better team and also makes for a better leader. Next was the authentic leadership assessment that we took. I scored as an authentic leader, and I think this is a very good trait to have because it's important to have your followers know what to expect from you. It's very important to be kind of predictable in this regard because they won't be walking on eggshells and not knowing what you're going to do next. Our next form of assessment was performing 360 evaluations for ourselves and having observers perform them for us. Overall, the scores agreed between the self and observer evaluations, overall, I had strong leadership traits. I didn't score below average in any field. Some areas of improvement that I could work on is providing feedback, having more confidence, and decision making. And I do think that these will improve as I gain more experience as a leader, and also technical knowledge. When I gave these observations out, they were not anonymous, so I do question the validity a little bit, but I do think that most of my observers were honest as they could be. Overall, my leadership characteristics include being a directive, participative, and supportive leader when it's necessary. I do think that I am also always an authentic leader, having authentic feelings and emotions going into my leading. I'm also part of an in-group, and I like to make sure everybody feels included. I think it's important that everyone knows that every idea is important and valuable to the team. Some areas of improvement that I could have is gaining more technical knowledge and confidence once again. I do think that I will obtain this in the coming years. With a little self-reflection, I found that I may have some biases. I do prefer people who are going to follow as being self-starting and reliable and not have to be watched all of the time. You can give them a task and they will do it. If people are not technically knowledgeable in what they're doing, I do think that it's very important for them to be coachable, so they can learn what to do and how to do it. Some of my inspirations to being a leader include always looking up to other leaders as I was growing. I wanted to be just like them. I'm inspired by movements accomplishing things that haven't been done before. I like to be forward moving, and I also look forward to having more increased responsibilities, which will allow me to give others some inspiration. In my current position, I'm not in a supervisory position, but I do help others with their work. I go to meetings in place of my supervisor at times because he trusts me to be in these meetings for him, where when I gain information that needs to be passed on to other members of the team, I do that for him. And I'm also a part of different groups. Some are making policy and others are software help, things like that. I am able to gain information from the group and then pass those on to followers throughout the division. When I'm leading, I really like to keep everyone involved and give them clear instruction. And listening to others I find is very important, and encourage participation with members who may not be as comfortable with putting their ideas out there. I want them to know that they are valuable and should participate. People are affected by my leadership skills. From what I observe, I do believe that they seem comfortable and do like my leadership skills. People are often encouraged to participate, not only by myself but other groups and the members. And as a result, quality ideas are generated by everyone. When comparing assessment forms to one another, I do agree with my peers and leaders. I do have some areas that I need to work on, but I also agree that I have some very strong traits that I think will be able to help me improve and continue on my career as a leader. I do think that, once again, gaining this technical knowledge over the coming years will increase my abilities. Some lessons learned, once again, is technical and leadership experience. I'll look to improve on showing more care and confidence towards others. I'll trust between followers and leaders is important. I do think that authenticity is a critical component of leading others. I often prefer to lead by example and show people what to do and how to do it and what direction they are supposed to be going in. I don't expect them to just be able to know how to do it, or being told is not always an effective way of doing so. And I learned that leadership is very fluid. Some people are born with strong leadership skills and traits, others are not. But it can definitely be learned. We're working with people and humans, and everyone is adaptable to different traits and things that are given to them. Some growth for the future. Continue to take advantage of opportunities to learn technical and leadership skills. I will work on asking for work and advice from the leaders that I have above me. I'm also included in a mentorship program at my place of work, where I will learn from other leaders how they do their jobs and how they lead, and hopefully I can gain some experience and knowledge from them. Also, my place of employment includes leadership training courses, which I'll continue to sign up for those as well. And the best way, I think, to grow your leadership skills, or any skill really, is to practice, practice, practice. I think this will be key to my growth as a leader.